I am going to read Newton's 3 laws of motion. Isaac Newton was born in 1643. His family was wealthy, so in some ways he had advantages over the other kids his age, but in other ways he was disadvantaged. Isaac's father had died before Isaac was born, and he was raised by his grandmother and other relatives. At first, he probably was not encouraged to learn much in school. He didn't pay any attention in school and was described as lazy. It was only after an uncle encouraged him to prepare to go on to college that he began to make interest in school and developed his talents. One of the skills he developed while still in school was making model machines, including clocks and windmills. In college, he began studying the latest theories in math. Soon he was coming up with theories of his own, and today Sir Isaac Newton is well known for his 3 laws of motion, as well as for other scientific breakthroughs. Here are some of Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion. Law 1. An object moving in a straight line will continue moving in a straight line unless acted by an outside force. Also, an object at rest will stay at rest. The word for this is inertia. Law number 2. Force will cause a change in motion of an object. The change in motion depends on the amount of force and the mass of the object. There is a formula for this, F equals ma, which is force equals mass times acceleration. Law 3. For each action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. These 3 laws will make more sense and be a lot more interesting if you did some experiments to demonstrate these laws. Maybe Sir Isaac did some similar experiments when he was testing his theories. To demonstrate the first law, you might want to try an old trick of pulling the tablecloth out from under the dishes on the table. If you do it just right, you will remove the tablecloth without causing the dishes to crash on the floor. Then again, maybe you won't want to try this one, even though Newton's first law says that objects at rest, like the dishes, will stay at rest. Another way to demonstrate inertia is to show what can happen when you don't wear your seatbelt. A safe way to demonstrate this is with a small toy truck, a clay figure, a ramp, and a brick. Place the little clay figure in a toy truck. Place the brick just short of the distance past the end of the ramp. The toy truck can roll down the ramp until it hits the brick. When it hits the brick, the truck will stop suddenly, but the clay figure will keep moving forward and fly out of the truck because of the inertia. For the second law, there are many demonstrations you can do. Anything that involves using a force to move an object would demonstrate Newton's second law. You might want to try an experiment in which you can change the amount of force that you use or change the mass of an object that you will try to move. For example, you could set up a little seesaw made from a ruler balanced on a pencil. Try objects of different weights at one end and drop something on the other end to see which object moves the farthest. Or try dropping objects from different heights. Changing the heights will change the acceleration sometimes, and obviously the size of the objects will also change how much force is applied to that. The third law is fun to demonstrate. One way is with a basketball and roller skates. 2 kids, each wearing roller skates, stand facing each other and throw a basketball back and forth. As each kid pushes the basketball forward, he rolls backwards on his skates. This is the equal and opposite reaction described in the third law. As he pushes it, the force pushes him back. You can also build a balloon racer to demonstrate the third law. Tie a string between two chairs, pretty far apart. Put an empty pen case or a section of a straw through the string so that it can slide along the string. Now blow up a balloon, but don't tie it. Carefully tape the balloon to the pen case or the straw, then let it go. The action of the air shooting out of the balloon causes a reaction of the balloon racing across the string towards the opposite end. If you don't feel like doing experiments, you can always observe Newton's laws of motions in other locations. An amusement park, roller coasters, merry-go-rounds, and bumper cars all follow Newton's 3 laws of motion and are part of the science of forces in motion. This is for 5th grade science. This is based off of one of the EdHelpers.